you're watching Local 5 News. We are Iowa.
Welcome to your Local 5 Saturday News Bite. I'm Megan McPherson. We will get to today's top stories in just a few minutes, but first, we're going to start with today's weather. Really coming back to those warm days, Hannah, after a little bit of that fall chill. How's it looking out there this Saturday?
Still looking warm and dry, but it feels nice outside. However, because of those dry conditions, there are 61 active burn bans across the state of Iowa, and that's over half of the counties. There's 99 counties in Iowa, and you can see covers over half of that. And because of all the dry conditions and the lack of rain we've been having, you can see that we're starting to see more severe drought areas starting to pop up in certain places. More of the state is covering with that moderate drought. So we are seeing the drought conditions slowly start to worsen, and unfortunately this could continue, but there is a few small chances for rain over the next 7 days. Not a lot. It's not going to be super measurable, but it's going to be a little bit of something to give some of us just a little bit of relief. And as for Monday going into Tuesday, that is our first chance of rain that we're going to be seeing. It's not going to be too much. In fact, this is what we're looking at. Maybe a 1/10 of an inch in Des Moines, out in the western part of the state, southwestern really. That's where you can expect the slightly higher totals, but overall it's really not going to be too much across the state. Hopefully those other rain chances will start to look a little bit better as we get into this week. But those temperatures, while they feel nice, we are certainly well above average. In fact, tomorrow, nearly 20 degrees above average for this time of year. Now, we are going to cool down going into Wednesday, still slightly above average, but we're getting closer to that range. Unfortunately, we're going to get warming right back up. In fact, looking at the next 8 to 14 days, you can see we are in that darker shade of red across nearly the entire state, which means we are still going to see these above average temperatures. But majority of the U.S. is right there with us. A lot of us are just seeing these warmer temperatures. We are just not getting that chance to cool down, but that cooler air is staying off towards the west. They are seeing those cooler than average temperatures out there, and that is slowly creeping over, but it is moving way too slow in my opinion, because I want that fall-like feel. But it is going to look like fall. Next 7 days, you can see the peak color is going to be on the trees for nearly all of the state. So it is going to look like fall, just not feel like it. Now tonight, 53 degrees. It is going to be a little bit breezy, slightly warmer than it was last night, but still on that chilly side. And then tomorrow, 81 degrees. So it is going to be a warmer day. Those winds are going to pick back up, but it's still going to be a pretty nice day to be out. And then looking at the next 7 days, you can see we cool down into the 60s going into Wednesday. A few rain chances throughout the week, and then we warm right back up going into that following weekend. And then we level off into those upper 60s that following week. So we are going to get those cooler temperatures. We just have to go through this up and down between the 60s and the 80s.
All right, Hannah, thank you. The Des Moines Fire Department is investigating a horse barn fire that killed multiple horses inside late last night. This happened on the city's east side at River Oak Ranch around 11:30 Friday night, and DMFD spent more than 3 hours working the scene. The fire department confirms multiple horses died in that fire. The owner of the ranch says it is an emotional time and he is sad to lose horses and the barn. Firefighters say the cause of the fire is still under investigation, and they expect this investigation to take a while. The owner told Local 5 he hopes to rebuild the barn, but ultimately doesn't know the next steps for approval with the city. Tonight at 10, Local 5's Dana Searles will break down the response from firefighters and how the ranch's tight-knit community is coming together to show their support. We turn now to sports. Drake football won the Pioneer Football League in 2023. That was their first title in over a decade. In 2024, the Bulldogs are off to a 3-0 start in conference play. There was no shortage of drama in South Carolina today as the Bulldogs took down Presbyterian in overtime. Drake trailed until late in the second half and then survived an upset bid in overtime thanks to an 11-yard touchdown run from Davion Sherwin. The Bulldogs are now 4-0 in PFL play. Holiday season is almost upon us, and one popular light display in the metro is seeing some major changes. This year, Jolly Holiday Lights is both under new management and moving to a new location. In past years, the colorful holiday mainstay has been run by Make-A-Wish Iowa, mainly at Adventureland. Now, Winterland Incorporated is in charge of the festive affair, with plans to operate at the Iowa State Fairgrounds this season. Winterland Inc. says admission will stay the same at $20, but a portion of the proceeds will go to Make-A-Wish and the Iowa State Fair. You can catch Jolly Holiday Lights this season from November 29th to January 4th. Happening this weekend in Clive, you can grab your furry friends and check out the Great Iowa Pet Expo. It's a massive trade show for all things pet related. Pet experts are there to answer any questions that owners may have on things like training, food, toys, and your pet's health. There's also tons of free contests with tricks, stunt dogs, and more. That sounds like a lot of fun. So be sure to tune into Local 5 tonight after the football game for a special look at today's Naughty Dog Championship. The Pet Expo is over for today, but you can catch it tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Horizon Events Center. And it is a beautiful Saturday out there. You really couldn't ask for better weather for the weekend, Hannah.
Yeah, it is certainly really nice. Just a little bit warm, a little bit breezy, but can't complain. It's really nice outside.
Definitely. And we still need that rain. I know you guys are still looking for that out there in that extended forecast. Still dry with those burn bans, so keep that in mind. But thanks for watching, and we will see you tonight after the game.